So I put out a video talking about Jiffy Lube special, right? I'm not bashing them, it's just a fact. Jiffy Lube, they don't pay a lot of money. They try to run as many customers through as possible, just like most lube places do that do specifically lube type services, general maintenance type services, nothing too extreme. They hire a lot of young people or people that don't have any experience. And a lot of the management and supervisors don't actually manage and supervise. I've worked in my younger years going through this and got out early because of how bad it was. Now, before people start passing judgment and saying, oh, you're just pointing the finger, it could have been anybody that did that, I'm going to show you how it was done. Standard, quick lube, cheap oil change filter, right? There's nothing in it. There's not a drop of oil in this thing. There's nothing. It never even... They dropped the oil. They left the old filter on the vehicle. They never put oil back in the vehicle and let the customer go. The customer made it about 40 miles down the road. These new lubricants, you can definitely get very far with no oil. They do demonstrations and stuff with big diesel engines with no coolant, no oil, showing people how long they could actually run without these things sometimes. They have very good lubricating properties now compared to old oil, so it's very, very possible for this to happen. Second of all, when I look at no oil, I want to see scraping and stuff like that. This journal here is completely gone. This one here, it got so hot that it blued and turned purple. This was because there was no oil in the pan at all. And then on top of that, when I look at my pickup tube, there is nothing inside the pickup tube. Zero. Only in the pan. This is completely clean. There's no oil inside this pickup tube at all. And I bet you, when this motor comes out, if we were to pull the front pump, look at this here. I'm going to put my finger in here right now. That's right out of the oil pump. No metal. Nothing. No metal at all. No metal made it up inside this engine at all whatsoever, because they never put oil in it. So when the motor locked up and they towed it back to the dealership, they hurried up. Oh, get under there, change that filter real quick, change the filter real quick. They changed the filter on the vehicle and shot some fresh oil in there that has never made it through anything. Completely clean. Never been run through a motor. No sheen to it, no nothing. Just fresh, brand new oil. So they shot oil in it, put a filter and stuff on it, and said, oh, just send it to the dealer. It's a 2017. It's still under warranty. The engine locked up. It's a dealer's fault. No, it's not. You didn't put a new filter on it. You never put oil in it. And you sent the customer on their way. You probably got the jaw jacked and screwing around on your phone trying to figure out what girl or whatever you were going to hang out with, and you sent it. And this is what happened. Or somebody was in the middle of getting off and another person starting. Nobody ever put oil in it. That's how I know. And this filter, let me see if I could get a good... Let me show you here. Oil never made it inside this filter. It's completely bone dry. Oil never touched the particulate inside. My phone's dying, or else I would use the light that's on my phone to try to figure out. There you go, right there is a good shot. Oil never made it inside this motor. Oil never made it inside this filter. Oil never made it inside that pump. Oil never made it inside that pickup tube. So really, in essence, not the smart thing to do. If somebody wanted to pull the crank and the pistons out of that thing, they could throw a new set of pistons in there and crank in there, probably run for a while. Put some fresh oil and stuff in it. Not the smart thing to do though, because this contaminant never actually got into the engine. I stuck my finger straight up into that pump. There's no metal inside that pump at all, which means all the metal and stuff down here in this pan. So before anybody gets to thinking that I'm just trash talking just to trash talk, that's not this kind of channel. I bring you guys facts. I tell you what to be worried about, what you should be avoiding. I'm not saying don't go to Jiffy Lube. I'm not saying don't go to the quick lube places. What I'm saying is make sure you're getting your stuff done. Learn how to pull the dipstick and make sure you got oil in it before you drive off that facility. Pop the hood, pull the dipstick, make sure there's oil on it. It's pretty simple. Everyone should know how to do that. Just a little talk, guys, to let you know I'm not just trash talking somebody. I've lived this life. I do this. I'm a master tech. This is my profession. This is what we see from time to time. Thanks.